2020 NHL Draft belongs to the New York Rangers.
Oh my God!
Oh, I was thinking you were gonna pick them like 8th first and then.
Oh my God! Yes! 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 He did it! The Rangers won the draft! Yes! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes! We won the draft! It's like we may have not won the Stanley Cup, but at least we won the next best thing. The draft lottery. The Rangers won a thing. Lafreniere is ours.
I guess we're getting Alexis Lafreniere.
Yes. Now I feel less upset that the Rangers got swept by a team that they swept in the regular season because they won the draft. We're number 1. We went from number 2 to number 1. Yes. Rangers win number 1 pick in the 2020 NHL Draft. Yes. The Rangers won the draft. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe it!
Welcome to the draft headquarters for the New York Rangers. I was half expecting everyone just to have their feet up on the table, casually waiting for things to get going, because let's face it, this pick shouldn't be that stressful.
Exactly.
Alexis Lafreniere, seen here with his family, he has been on this path.
There he is, Lafreniere.
He's got size. He's a very talented winner.
He's so smart. His vision of play is so big and brilliant.
He's dangerous. He can threaten in so many different
Oh, and he's number 11.
Yeah.
I
So
wonder if he took that because of Messier.
I don't know, but that's a good question. When it comes to the Rangers, I wonder what number is he gonna wear, because he obviously cannot wear number 11 because it's retired. There's Crosby.
Yeah.
Oh, from the looks of it, I think Lafreniere was in the same team that Crosby was before he got drafted.
Maybe.
The first selection in the
2020 NHL Draft belongs to the New York Rangers.
Was really happy. Really nice city. They have a really good team, really good players. Exciting to see the logo of New York, and we'll see what happens next.
Me too.
I've been dreaming of being drafted in the NHL growing up, so for me it's going to be really special for sure.
Especially since you're number 1.
He's a guy that always deflects to his teammates, always gives credit to somebody else.
Well, that's good. That's the way hockey players are and should be.
They're humble.
Yep.
Signed Robin Leonard to a 5-year extension on Saturday. Brendan Dillon signs 4-year extension with the Capitals.
Lots of talent, lots of determination. We'll see. We expect that he will be the first name.
Coming up next, round 1.
Hold the pick. That's followed by the Kings. We'll hear from the commissioner next.
I see Jeff Gordon there. I don't know who all those other people are.
Probably the management team.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's hard to tell with the masks on.
But you can tell with the Ranger shirts.
Yeah, no, I know they're all Ranger people, but I don't know if there's anybody there that I would recognize if I saw their face. But since I can't really see much of their
Well, it
face.
was only a couple of you didn't see them too long enough to fully tell,
Right.
and especially since a lot of them, if not all of them, are wearing masks.
Yeah, well, that's what I said with the masks. Obviously don't see the much of the person's face.
Tonight, all the blue shirt eyes of the Big Apple look east of Montreal to the picturesque
Rimouski, Quebec.
Rimouski, I guess that's where they're both from.
Yeah, that's the hockey team that Lafreniere is from.
This is going to be virtual, so I don't
Yeah.
know if there's going to be any hugs or anything.
They might be at home.
We are just about ready for the NHL Draft as we send you to Commissioner Gary Bettman in New Jersey.
Here we go.
Good evening and welcome to the 2020 NHL Draft. Obviously, we are not
on the floor of a packed and excited Bell Center in Montreal, as we had planned and would have much preferred. Rather, tonight and tomorrow, we are coming to you from the studios of the NHL Network in Secaucus, New Jersey, and through over 100 virtual connections from club draft command centers and prospects' living rooms throughout North America and the rest of the world. So let me start the way I normally would and thank the Canadiens organization, beginning with Jeff Molson, both for the work they did in bidding to host this draft and for their understanding as we continue to adapt to circumstances beyond our control amid the challenges of 2020. Montreal, we look forward to you playing host to another draft very soon. As for tonight and tomorrow, some things
I'm
are
guessing
different
Montreal was
than
where the
most recent
2020
drafts.
draft was supposed to
Some
be
are even
happen.
throwbacks to an earlier era when NHL drafts were conducted at league headquarters or hotel ballrooms with only staff in attendance and draft picks notified of their selection by phone. That all changed in 1980 when, for the first time, the NHL draft was staged as a public event in, of all places, Montreal. But the most important thing about the draft has remained constant since its inception in 1963. And however and wherever it has been held in the intervening 57 years, the draft is where a young man's dreams come true and where the foundations of franchises are built. Another aspect of the draft that remains unchanged, whether it is held in late June or early October, is that it serves as the pivot point at which the league turns its attention from the season just completed to the one coming up next. It was just over a week ago that we celebrated the successful completion of our 2019-20 return to play with the crowning of the Tampa Bay Lightning as Stanley Cup champions. And tonight, following discussions with the NHL Players Association, and based on what we have learned and what we know and what we even still don't know, I can say that we are now focused on a January 1 start for next season.
Oh.
Given the increasing impact that talented young players are making in our game, we can expect that there will be prospects chosen who tonight will make their NHL debuts on opening night of next season. And we can't wait to welcome them to our league and to be amazed by what they can do. So let's get started.
Here we go.
In the first round, once a team is put on the clock, teams will have 5 minutes to make their selections.
We don't even need 5 minutes. It's already chosen.
NHL draft belongs to the New York Rangers.
Well,
New York
let me
Rangers,
just say something.
you are on the clock.
So Bob mentioned it, you just heard from the commissioner looking like a January start. As for
Oh,
the
there's
Rangers,
John Davidson
they've been
next
in
to
this
him.
spot since August.
Oh, yeah.
Lafreniere was the pick then. He's still the pick. He's been trending this way since he was 16, Bob. But you got to figure tonight's not exactly how he imagined it all playing out.
You see, he's growing a little bit of a beard there, so it's a good thing that he's being drafted by the New York Rangers and not Lou Lamoriello's New York Islanders. Otherwise, that facial hair would have to go. And we should point out that when Jeff Gordon steps to the microphone here and says they're taking Alexis Lafreniere, it's going to be the first time that Lafreniere will have heard that. The Rangers did not commit at any time to him that they were taking him. That's why he looks a little nervous there, even though I think all the rest of us have got this figured out.
Yeah, Bob, he's not the only guy to grow a quarantine beard.
They better take him.
Yeah.
He did the same.
Well, that makes me nervous that they said that they haven't even committed to him. I hope that the Ranger organization doesn't decide to do something weird or take somebody else.
There's no way. I mean, only a fool would choose not to pick the projected #1 pick.
Well, why didn't they commit to him then?
I don't know. They should be committed to him.
The Rangers win the draft lottery. They could add a face to the franchise tonight for their future, but this is the man who has been the longtime face of the franchise, Henrik Lundqvist, bought out of the final year of his contract, the guy who was selected by the Rangers back in the year 2000.
A soul for a soul.
What?
A soul for a soul.
That's what they said?
No, that's what I'm saying.
A soul for a soul.
We talk about rebuild. This is a different type of rebuild. How exciting should these fans be for the next few seasons?
The New York Rangers have now become
I'm very excited. I'm expecting for us to dominate and create an empire.
They have some young
Pick
goalies.
is in.
Big piece right now.
Here we
The
go.
Rangers with the first pick in the NHL draft. Let's go back to the commissioner.
Hey, so he
The
got a
first
smile.
selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by New York Rangers General Manager Jeff Gorton.
With the first pick in the 2020 NHL Draft, the New York Rangers are proud to select from the Rimouski Oceanic, Alexis Lafreniere.
Yes! Yes! I knew it! I knew it! Yes! We got him! We got Lafreniere! First Quebec-born player drafted #1 overall since Marc-Andre Fleury in 2003! And here's the Rangers jersey and hat! Yes!
He joins the New York Rangers. It's a different draft, but he still gets the sweater, puts it on. Now a member of the New York
Yes!
Let's talk about impact.
Welcome to the New York Rangers, Lafreniere!
Wow, his dad is really tall.
Obviously, he's got a pretty large father as well, but
I was just gonna say that. 'Cause
He said what you said.
yeah, because they started out by saying that Alexis Lafreniere is 6'2".
Yes.
So obviously his father is probably 6'4" or 5".
Probably like Ben Bishop or Zdeno Chara.
I see a lot of Jerome McGinley in
7 Rangers first round picks since 2017.
One thing we know for sure is that he won't be able to wear his favorite number for the New York Rangers.
Obviously.
I think it's taken twice, actually, retired
Okay.
twice.
Kings, you idiots. You wanted Lafreniere, didn't you? You wanted him. Well, you're not. Well, too bad, Canes. You're not getting Lafreniere.
But in any case, we'll find out soon enough what number he's going to wear.
Yeah.
For the Rangers.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, and Alexis Lafreniere.
Now we know Alexis Lafreniere obviously in with him, the #1 pick here.
We obviously knew from the beginning.
Listen, once it was cemented that the Rangers had the #1 pick, we knew it was coming.
They just said what I said.
I guess they just like to
To create suspenseful.
by not telling people in advance a definite thing.
Long ago, you go back to
The second selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Vice President and General Manager of the Los Angeles Kings, Rob Blake.
The Los Angeles Kings are proud to select with the second pick in the 2020 NC Draft from Sudbury Wolves in the Ontario Hockey League, Quinton Byfield.
Oh, they chose Byfield.
celebration on Quinton Byfield and his family. He's the #2 overall pick. He's young, he's big, he's fast, he's skilled, and he is now the highest drafted black player in the history of the NHL. It's something that he says.
Really?
He's what?
The highest drafted black player in the NHL.
This game is so Quinton Byfield to the LA Kings.
Well, the Ottawa Senators are next, thanks to the Sharks.
What did you just say? The Ottawa Senators are next what?
Thanks to the
Oh,
Sharks.
they traded?
Yeah, they traded the Senators the first round pick to get Erik Karlsson. And the Sharks are gonna be disappointed, especially since the Sharks suck now.
I know you're semi-retired. Are you telling us that eventually you're going into what, fashion reporting?
For a spot on the red carpet. And it was worth noting too that Tim Stutzel, and I don't know if this, we'll have to find out if this is by accident or not. He's also fashioning the bow tie. So the bow tie is in the 2020 draft.
Greg, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's Quinton Byfield. That's what he is. And, you know, Paul just talked about
Quinton Bowtie Byfield.
To make the third selection in the 2020 NHL Draft, the Senators have enlisted the services of a special guest who also happens to be a graduate of the University of Ottawa.
Hey, Alex Trebek! Didn't expect to see him there.
Johnny. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Jeopardy! Our category today is
the NHL. And here is the clue for you. With the
Third pick in the NHL.
2020 NHL Draft, the Ottawa Senators choose.
Who is this guy?
The correct response? Who is Tim Stützle?
They got him. Wow. Why can we have the pick like that? Why can't we announce Lafreniere being selected with Jeopardy?
I guess they said something about
They said
where
that,
he was from.
where he's from, Trebek also came from there.
Tim Stützle selected
I did not expect him to be selected like that.
Alexis Lafreniere, he goes number 1. He says his favorite player is Patrick Kane. That's not who he compares to, though. Would you say that this is a more appropriate comparison, Stützle to Kane, Craig?
Absolutely, Lee. I mean, like Patrick
A
Kane.
lot of people say their favorite player is Patrick Kane.
Or Sidney Crosby, or Alex Ovechkin, or Gretzky. I mean, like, of course, like, if they're not your favorite player, you clearly never watched hockey.
Well, a lot of them are picking younger guys when they're talking about their favorite
Yeah,
player.
of course.
And they need high quality.
The Red Wings are next. I'm sorry you didn't get Lafreniere, Red Wings. But here, have a nice consolation prize in Mark Stahl. That's not helping much, is it, Detroit? Well, too bad.
Did you hear that Eddie Van Halen died?
Andy Van Halen? Who's
I
that?
don't know. He's a rock singer, guitarist.
Of?
He had his own group called Van Halen.
And it's carried forward to this draft.
I think it sounds familiar.
In the past,
Well, that office looks nice for the Red Wings.
For Detroit, because Steve Yzerman, their executive vice president and general manager, he was the
Steve Yzerman.
overall pick. Steve Yzerman won't be there.
Oh, what?
From the team here participate remotely for both days
Who won't be there? It wasn't
Steve Yzerman. He was exposed recently to an individual who tested positive for COVID. Yeah, Yzerman has received multiple negative test results and experienced no symptoms. Out of an abundance of caution, however, he will join the Red. Oh, so he was saved.
But Craig, I will go to you because
He was saved?
I mean, like, he came in contact with a person infected with COVID, but he didn't get it. That's good news for him, and good news for the Red Wings.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it
What's
this way.
going on outside?
To make their team better. That's
What the?
Gilbert Burton Sr., 72, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
There's something going on outside. There's a crowd full of people with candles, and there seems to be putting smoke.
71, Kansas City, Arizona.
Are they saying people's names? Maybe it's some kind of a tribute to people who died?
I don't know.
73, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, they're mentioning names and ages.
Helen A. Sandra, 95, Buffalo, New York. Helen Park, 96,
You can come over here.
Leo, Massachusetts. Annette McClendon, 88. Isaac Robinson, 44, Detroit, Michigan. Harold Grimes, James Nicholas Gilman, 93. Alexandria, Virginia.
Yeah, I think it's probably
Dean Downey Colton.
some kind of a memorial tribute, I think. That's what it seems like.
Strange. I've never witnessed that here before.
And they mentioned people with different, from different states. They heard you say
Yeah,
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
But maybe they're people who live here.
I don't
Came
know.
from there, those places.
I don't know. That's just
Because I mean, they can't very well name everybody, from everywhere. Because
that died today. I mean, this is not the Hunger Games where they end the day with the cannons and the pictures of who died.
Yeah. I doubt that it's about just who died today.
I-
It's probably about.
I mean, I'm pretty sure those names are significant. That's just weird.
The fourth selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Detroit Red Wings Director of Amateur Scouting, Chris Draper.
Chris Draper.
With the fourth pick in the 2020 entry draft, the Detroit Red Wings are very excited to select from Frölunda, Lucas Raymond.
Celebration of the Lucas Raymond. He becomes the first player from Sweden selected in this draft.
From where?
Sweden.
As you mentioned, he played in the Swedish Hockey League for Frölunda, captained by Henrik Lundqvist's twin brother Joel.
Very happy that the
And Ottawa's going again.
The fifth selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Ottawa Senators General Manager Pierre Dorion.
Okay, not Jeopardy this time.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Alex Trebek for helping us with our third selection. We'd also like to welcome Tim Stützle to the organization. Les Sénateurs d'Ottawa sont très fiers de choisir. The Ottawa Senators are real proud to select from the United States National Team Development Program and the University of North Dakota, Jake Sanderson.
Jake Sanderson!
Yeah, that's what they were just talking about. Will they go with the taller, bigger guy?
The first American in the draft here at pick number 5. Jake Sanderson, watching the draft from North Dakota, as a freshman there. I would assume clearly on a delay right here. But
Yeah, obviously.
I was about to say, why are they not celebrating?
Yeah.
Okay, now they're celebrating.
there they are. There's the hug. His dad, Jeff, played more than 1,100 NHL games. Jeff was a forward. This is a defenseman.
I'd be shocked if Jake Sanderson. Oh, no. And he's the son of Jeff Sanderson,
And who's Jeff Sanderson?
a hockey player, a former hockey player. Oh, the Ducks is next.
Anaheim Ducks
Stützle.
Executive Vice President and General Manager Bob Murray will make the sixth selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The pick is in.
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 The pick is in. The pick is in. The pick is in.
The pick is in.
The pick is in. The pick is in.
Okay, it's in. Who is it?
The pick is in.
What are they gonna have everybody
Yeah,
who lives in
there we go.
Anaheim?
With the sixth pick in the 2020 draft, the Anaheim Ducks are proud to select from the Erie Otters, Jamie Drysdale.
Drysdale.
Yay! Good job, Jamie Drysdale.
So the pick is in. As you might
The
have heard,
pick is in.
Drysdale is the
Did you
The
know that
pick
the
is
pick
in.
is in?
Yeah, I didn't know the pick is in. Did you know the pick was in?
Someone frame that camera for the celebration shot here. We got some tall people in that room. You gotta go up there.
Yeah, all the heads are being chopped off.
But at least we know.
Because they're all so tall.
At least we know the pick is in.
NHL draft begins with Alexis Lafreniere to the New York Rangers. Their fan base.
Yay!
Yes, Lafreniere. And the Devils are picking next. They seriously thought they were gonna be the ones to pick Lafreniere. Nope.
Why did they think that?
Lafreniere.
Cause they did terrible.
Congratulations, the speculation is over, and you are now a member of the New York Rangers franchise. What was it like to hear your name?
And now the Devils get to suffer watching an interview with Lafreniere.
It's a big honor for me. Obviously, Rangers, the New York Rangers is a big organization with a lot of history and a lot of great players. So for me, it's a big honor, and I'm really excited to join this team.
You become the first Quebecois player to be drafted first overall since 2003. What do you think it means to the Quebec community, the hockey community overall, to have a Quebecois player drafted first overall?
He's a Quebecois player.
I think it means a lot. It means a lot to me. Just being able to represent the Quebec City. I think it's something really special.
Look at the mom and dad next to each other. They're like, he's like 2 feet taller than her.
I know this night was totally different from how you probably imagined draft night when you were a kid, but what will you remember most about tonight?
Imagine if they were dancing together.
Yeah.
I mean, she like comes up to his waist.
Yeah, like you would have to pick her up.
Being drafted in the NHL and
Just have them lift her up like the Stanley Cup.
especially New York jersey. It's really unreal for me.
Congratulations, Alexis. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
Keep him for another minute.
Thank you.
Not exactly how he thought this night would play out.
You should have waited till the time is up for the Devils to let him go. Well, the Devils are lucky they get one less minute of anger and despair and frustration.
Ever pick in the draft here at number 7. Pierre, well, actually, it's going to Bob first. Bob.
Oh, Lindy Ruff. You told me about that. Yeah.
And this is what's possibly sad. This moment probably might be the last time we get to laugh at the Devils, because Lindy Ruff is a good coach, and to have him help with the Devils' defense and all that, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Devils this off season. Like, either they're gonna be the same, they're gonna become worse, or they're gonna become the Devils that the Devils should have been this season.
Let's see the Devils take.
New Jersey Devils general manager Tom Fitzgerald will make the 7th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from Djurgården right winger Alexander Holtz.
Are you sure you're proud of that?
Alexander Holtz, was he on that list?
Yeah, he's on that list.
Swedish forward actually went in the first round. This year we already have 2.
Are they sure they're really happy about Holtz? What did they wish to say? Well, with this pick, we like to select from Quebec, Alexis Lafreniere.
He's a hungry goal scorer. He can score on the rush. He can score in tight.
Get him some food.
From distance because he has
I missed it. What happened?
They called him a hungry goal scorer. I said, get him some food.
So he can digest goals.
When they say hungry, it means they're
That he's a big goal scorer.
really
The great one.
wants to go for it. Wants to get them.
Yeah. And Buffalo is next. Jack Eichel. Interesting fact. The Rangers Rangers actually called Buffalo to check for Eichel's availability.
When?
Like a couple days ago.
Why, are they trading him?
But no. But Jack Eichel is frustrated.
Why?
Because the Sabres suck. Yeah, and there have been speculations that he might want to be traded. I mean, imagine if Eichel became a Ranger.
That would be good.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
What number was he in the draft? Whenever it was?
2015, number 2.
The 8th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Buffalo Sabres general manager Kevin Adams.
We would first like to congratulate the Tampa Bay Lightning on their Stanley Cup championship, and also say thank you to everyone at the National Hockey League for all the great work they did under challenging circumstances. The Buffalo Sabres are proud to announce from the Ottawa 67s and the Ontario Hockey League, Jack Quinn.
Jack Quinn?
So we wait for the reaction on the delay from Jack Quinn. Suspense.
There we go.
Jack Quinn, late bloomer. This guy is a legit goal scorer. More importantly, for Craig Button, he is his first man crush of the night.
His first man crush of the night.
I love Jack Quinn, and you know, Walter talked about Holtz being like David Pastrnak as a comparable.
He got the Buffalo hat.
Over the course of the year, but he's also a late.
I wonder how he feels about playing for Buffalo.
Eligible for last year's draft by
I don't know. Maybe he might be one of, if not the number one answer to bring the Buffalo Sabres back to relevance. Again, they also got Eric Stahl, so this should be interesting. I mean, like, speaking of Eric Stahl, Minnesota's next.
You want to know something? I believe the New Jersey Devils, the Buffalo Sabres, the Minnesota Wild all thought a little bit about Yaroslav Askarov.
What? Mikko Koivu will not be resigned by the Wild? Really? So Koivu is going to be a free agent? Really? Wow! I am very shocked to see that. I mean, I know Koivu was way past his prime, but still. I think I think.
Vice President and General Manager Bill Guerin.
Bill Guerin.
Ninth selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
First, I'd like to say hello to all our great Wild fans across the state of hockey in Minnesota. And a second hello to our assistant GM and brother, Tom Curvers, who's watching from home tonight. Now I'm proud to select with the 9th pick in the 2020 draft from the Ottawa 67s of the OHL, Marco Rossi.
Rossi. They got him.
So, massive night for Marco Rossi, massive night for
Austrian
hockey, just the third Austrian player to be drafted in the first
I
round.
it must be.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Pretty big night for the Ottawa 67s back-to-back here.
Back-to-back.
Raffle is the other.
Oh, Michael Grabner, he just mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I still can't believe they bought him out.
Oh, Michael Grabner?
Yeah.
Oh. Who was that? Who had him?
The Coyotes.
Well, maybe they're rebuilding him. Who knows?
But they just made it back to the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Mostly because of the pandemic, but still, they were becoming good and all that.
He might not be as tall as Nicholas Backstrom, but he's sturdy and thick like Nicholas Backstrom.
So a well-traveled guy from Austria.
What did he say? He's sturdy and thick?
But let's be honest, this is a guy who's used to commuting. This
doesn't even sound like a compliment. Thick.
I'm pretty sure it is it can be a compliment.
Days a week to attend practices.
He's got big legs and a big backside.
and he's thick and sturdy. Winnipeg is next.
Now somebody please pick Cole Perfetti. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for him.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what about me?
Yeah, he's like, and I choke to you.
I'm supposed to be in the first 10. I gotta get picked now. Otherwise I'll be in the second 10.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the second round.
Do you see Patrick Laine being on this team when they start the season?
Yes.
All the noise that's around him, I'd say probably not.
What? What do you mean Patrick Laine will not be here for the season? He will. If his contract expires next season.
Maybe he's getting traded.
Why would they trade Laine? He's a great player.
He wants to be traded.
Why would he want to be traded if they just got to the playoffs? I mean, seriously, if the Jets get rid of Laine, unless he wanted to be traded, they're dumb.
Winnipeg Jets General Manager Kevin Cheveldayoff will be making the 10th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
As this coming season marks our 10th year in the history of our franchise in Winnipeg, and tonight we make the 10th overall selection, I would like to invite Crystal Howardchuk, wife of Dale Howardchuk, the greatest number 10 in Winnipeg Jets history, to make our selection. Crystal?
Thank you. I appreciate the conversation.
But first, our family would like to thank the Winnipeg Jets and all of Dale's loyal fans and friends for their love and support through his very tough fight of stomach cancer. He
Oh.
was a great hockey player and a very special man. I want you to know that he loved Winnipeg and always felt a special connection to the people of Manitoba. We both consider Winnipeg our home. Your love and support meant so much to him. Thank you. Now I am thrilled to announce with the 10th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft, the Winnipeg Jets select from Saginaw Spirit, called Perfetti.
They got him. Cole Perfetti.
Cole Perfetti.
Yeah, that's amazing. His father and
It looked like the audio messed up when she announced the pick.
Right.
I mean, just like, he's gonna get picked. Nope.
one of the things that stands out.
And he has the Jets hat.
His hockey sense is off the charts. He might be one
Well,
of the
this is
smartest
the
players
guy
in
that
this draft. And he
they were
makes things
talking about.
happen
He's not
because
that
of his
tall.
hockey sense. He really does.
So maybe that's
Yeah.
5'10" and a half. Because I was going to say.
And they compare him to Panarin. Nashville is next.
They changed it.
David Poyle, the Nashville Predators President of Hockey Operations and General Manager, will make the 11th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
Thank you, Gary. The Nashville Predators are very excited to have the 11th pick in this draft, and we're also very excited to have a special person to present our selection. It is Roman Josi, our captain, and this year's Norris Trophy winner is the best defenseman in the National League.
Roman Josi.
Roman, if you do the honors for us, please.
With the 11th pick in the 2020 NHL Draft, Nashville Predators are proud to select from St. Petersburg, Yaroslav Askarov.
They got the goalie.
Yeah, I want to raise my hand on that too and just quickly say, yeah.
You didn't raise your hand, you raised your finger.
Bill Zito, the General Manager of the Florida Panthers, will make the 12th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
On behalf of the Florida Panthers, I'd first like to thank our fans for their support during these difficult times. The Panthers would like to select from IFK Helsinki, centerman Anton Lundell.
New York Rangers last year. Here in the 2020 draft,
And the Hurricanes are next, thanks to the Maple Leafs.
The 13th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Carolina Hurricanes President and General Manager Don Waddell.
Carolina Hurricanes are proud to select from the Portland Winterhawks, Seth Jarvis.
And number 22 is where we're going to have next. All thanks to the Hurricanes. Edmonton is next.
Potentially make some news about their captain and their superstar player,
Gretzky is still.
What? What's that?
The news broke that he tested
Connor McDavid got COVID. He's been voluntarily self-quarantined at his home. He will continue to be monitored and will follow all associated health protocols. He is feeling well and experiencing mild symptoms. Oh my God. Connor McDavid got COVID.
A lot of people are getting it.
But Connor McDavid,
Well, I can only
just
tell you this,
wow.
Kenny Holland in his media run-up to this event suggested that he would be
Hopefully he recovers just in time for the season. Because if he's out for the season because of COVID, this is going to be a low blow for the Oilers.
The 14th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Edmonton Oilers President and General Manager Ken Holland.
The Edmonton Oilers are proud to select with the 14th pick Dylan Holloway, University of Wisconsin.
Dylan Holloway.
So as Dylan Holloway waits on the delay here, and we all wait for the reaction, which is coming in momentarily. I can tell you the last year we didn't see a college player selected until round 4, and this year Dylan Holloway, as they mentioned, played last season at Wisconsin, goes to the Oilers.
Are they gonna react?
The only one who doesn't know right now is seemingly.
What's amazing is he's so fast on the
That's wow.
There's a Chris Kreider
That's just disappointing. We don't, I mean, is he even happy to be an Oiler?
I'm not gonna show him reacting.
Exactly. I mean, like, people are gonna think that he's unhappy to be an Oiler.
Really?
Well, the Leafs are next, thanks to the Penguins.
But I want to see the Oilers guy react.
Why do Bombas socks feel so
That's
good?
disappointing.
Yeah.
You sit there and watch them like sitting there not knowing, and then they pull away and don't go back.
Well,
and show
yeah.
you.
I mean, it's like people are gonna think that he's unhappy to be an Oiler.
I mean, if I was an Oiler fan watching this, I'd be really
Play.
upset.
Yeah, they'll be like, you should be happy to be an Oiler
Well, I mean, I'd be mad at the league
for not showing
not
him.
showing him.
Okay. Okay, the Leafs are next, thanks to the Penguins. Evander Kane, congratulations to Byfield on the second overall selection, becoming the highest drafted black player in history. Wow. Good tweet by Evander Kane.
Oh, shout out to my Elma as well.
Shout out to Grandma on a big night, a history-making night.
Yeah, when you get selected, you better give a shout out to me.
Kane and Seth Jones are both selected fourth. Clifton Byfield to the LA Kings. But right now, we fix our focus on the
Toronto, your 5 minutes has elapsed and the pick is not in. You can either now make the selection or take a timeout.
Again.
I think it's Mitch Marner.
Overall selection in this year's 2020 NHL Draft. We are proud to, Toronto Maple Leafs are proud to select from UFA of the KHL, Rodion Amarov.
Up next, the Montreal Canadiens.
We'll see what happens on Friday in free agency, but
Free agency is going to be an interesting time, and I believe it's on Friday.
financial pressures, people perceive that might
Oh,
have
this Friday?
Yeah.
Mark Bergevin, Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Montreal Canadiens, will make the 16th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
Thanks, Gary. Les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de sélecter. The Montreal Canadiens select from the Western Hockey League Prince Albert Raiders, Caden Gooley.
Caden Gooley to pick, considered best player on the WA.
Oh, he's gonna cry.
The younger brother of Ducks defenseman Brendan Gooley. He is Chicago Blackhawks.
And the Blackhawks are next.
At number 17, will have their pick.
Show us the Oiler guy.
I'm guessing it's too late now.
yeah, very much a medical wild card. Now, back in the 1819...
3 concussions in 1 year? Really?
At the Ivan Olympic tournament, he was projected as a top 10 pick for this year's draft.
And it was projected to be the top 10 pick, but because of those history of injuries, he's down. Oh my God. I hope he gets selected somewhere in the first round, because if he gets selected in the second round because of those injuries, that's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for those injuries, he could have been already chosen long ago.
Craig, if injuries weren't an issue, is he the best player left?
I think they just said what I said, that if it wasn't for the injuries, they could have been selected.
Yeah, but teams are nervous.
I know, but seriously, wow, how many times are they gonna repeat the same things we say? I feel like it's the 5th time now.
Stan Bowman, Senior Vice President and General Manager of the Chicago Blackhawks, will be making the 17th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
Thank you, Gary. Here at the Blackhawks, we believe that what we do off the ice is just as important as what we do on it. We have a special guest joining us today to make our first choice
I was
from
gonna
the
say,
Jeff
who's
Third
that
Arena
guy?
here on Chicago's West Side. Please welcome one of the inaugural One West Side grant recipients, Jamail Cannon. Jamail is the founder and executive director of The Block, which is a non-profit boxing program that uses the love of boxing to provide mentorship and academic support to the youth of Chicago.
With the 17th pick in the 2020 NHL Draft, from Eisbären Berlin, the Chicago Blackhawks select Lucas Reichel.
The Blackhawks, they take Lucas
Get rid of that arm. We want to see the name. There you go. The Devils are next.
And they have another one after that.
Yeah.
And then we're 22.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure the other two picks that the Devils got were from trades with other teams. I think the 18th pick that they got, I think they got it from the Coyotes. That they got from by giving up Taylor Hall. And speaking of Hall, I've heard that Arizona most likely will not extend Taylor Hall.
Why?
Exactly. Like, Taylor Hall's a great player. Why would you not extend him? I mean, he's one of, if not the main reason why the Coyotes made it back to the playoffs, let alone make it to the first round. Now the Devils gotta hope that the first round pick they got in the Hall trade becomes a dominant player, either like Taylor Hall or close to Taylor Hall. Because if that first round pick does not do well, then it's a 100% loss for the Devils. The Devils already lost the trade because Taylor Hall went to the Coyotes, but the first round pick there the Devils hope that the first round pick feels like they got something from Hall.
The 18th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by New Jersey Devils General Manager Tom Fitzgerald.
Thank you. The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from Chicoutimi center Dawson Mercer.
Dawson Mercer finally got selected.
Maybe not, but is he a good, honest player who can play in your middle six? Yeah, much more likely.
And anybody that has seen the play come from
I
away,
never understand when I say a good, honest player. I mean, are some of the players dishonest?
Possibly.
In what way are they dishonest?
They don't tell the truth. They lie.
About what? About hockey?
Anything. And penalties and all of that. The Calgary Flames are next.
Now, there might be a potential for trade here. We'll have to see what's going on here. Calgary Flames, potentially.
Yeah, almost 20, and there hasn't been any mid-round trades yet.
Here in the 2020 draft, so we go back to the commissioner.
I'd like to announce a trade.
Oh.
The Calgary Flames are trading pick number 19 in this year's draft, the 2020 draft, to the New York Rangers for selections number 22 and 72 in this year's
Oh my god, we moved up to 19!
Calgary trades 19 in this year's draft.
We've moved up!
For selections 22 and 72.
We gave up 2 picks for 1.
Well, yeah, but we moved up to 19! Better than 22nd! Okay, now, since we're up there, I don't care if he had a history of injuries, please take Lafreniere. Please.
We have Lafreniere already.
Oops. I mean Lapierre. Lapierre.
This is just a start, because Times Square, there he is, larger than life, Alexis
Lafreniere on the screen in Times Square. I wonder if there was a watch party there.
They picked the Rangers on the clock right now at 19.
Pick us in.
As we go right back to the commissioner.
New York Rangers General Manager Jeff Gorton, with the second pick in the first round for the Rangers, will be selecting the 19th pick.
With the 19th pick from the Brandon Wheat Kings, the New York Rangers select Braden Schneider.
Schneider. He's the second best offer there. I'll take it. I'll take that.
He seems happy.
Yeah, another defenseman.
It's going to be interesting because I don't think the Rangers fans are going to like him. I don't think David Quinn's going to like him.
What do you mean?
He's really competitive, and he plays physical, and he plays hard, and he makes life miserable for opponents, and he's no fun to play against. And let me
But then why would the Rangers not like him if he's gonna be with us, and he's gonna do it to other teams?
I don't know.
his puck play, and let me tell you this.
Maybe he
if you
takes
want to get
penalties.
space
I
against
don't
Braden
know.
Schneider, good luck, because he's not giving it up.
Yeah, but if that's the case, it sounds like he is a Michael Haley, Brendan Lemieux, and Tanner Glass, Dorsett, and Boyle type of guy.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty impressive.
Boyle?
It reminded me of
Yeah, Brian Boyle.
Approach to playing. Oh, well, he gets to play alongside Jacob Trouba in time.
He's yet another late birthday.
Like, even if Braden Schneider doesn't make the team immediately, I know he'll instantly make the Wolfpack.
David Quinn might like him. I think he might. What about Madison Square Garden fans? I mean, you gotta like
Yeah, I would think they would like him.
Yeah.
The scoring ability, and then you see that.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right. Schneider was the second best of the available that was left before we chose them. Like, I believe Schneider was like the 17th, according to Bob McKenzie. I mean, we didn't get Lafreniere, but Schneider's fine. I'll take that.
When does he go? Schneider is a defenseman.
Yeah, yeah, he's a defenseman, and they're comparing him with Shea Weber.
And they wanted some more players like that. Well, guess what? Lafreniere, hard to play against. Braden Schneider, hard to play against. And let me tell you this, there's no game that intimidates either one of those two players.
No, he doesn't look like it. He's a big guy. He's over 6'2", over 200 pounds. So another defenseman off the board. The Rangers moved up. They obviously wanted a defenseman. They move up 3 spots. They pick one. And now again, the New Jersey Devils back on the clock. And this is the Devils' third
They
pick
wanted
here
a defenseman
in the first
because
round.
of Mark Stahl, but I thought you said that...
That Andre Miller would come. I'm guessing they need a little more defense. Like I said, even if he doesn't play for the Rangers immediately this season, at least he'll play for the Wolfpack. I'm certain it might not happen, but wouldn't it be funny if the Devils decide to trade their 20th overall pick to the Rangers?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I'd say. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen, but it would be funny if it was.
Well, we don't have any other picks to give them.
The 20th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by New Jersey Devils General Manager Tom Fitzgerald.
The New Jersey Devils are proud to select from UFA defenseman Shakir Mukhamadullin.
Mukhamadullin?
So we were having a conversation earlier about
Mukhamadullin. Oh my god. I just looked up Braden Schneider that we got with the 19th overall pick. And in the past season with the Brandon Wheat Canes in the WHL, he scored 7 goals, 35 assists, and 42 points in 60 games.
That's pretty good.
That's really good, especially considering he's a defenseman. He's like it seems like he is a Tony D'Angelo and Adam Fox type of guy.
You never know when they're playing with the WHL, the caliber of the players overall is not NHL.
Obviously, but to see him have a production like that, like Calgary, what are you doing? What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
Why are you retarded? Why are you a fucking idiot? Why have you ruined your child's life?
I mean, have fun with our 2 picks, Calgary.
Well, there are probably other players down the road that they may need, you know?
But they could have chosen them with the 19th pick. Instead,
No,
they
but they
it
get
to
2 picks now instead
I know,
of 1.
I know, but still. But
So
still,
what's the guy's name? Braden what?
Schneider. Wow.
He's Canadian?
I think so. I think they mentioned that.
The other thing, Bob talked about Braden
Wow.
Schneider as maybe
Yeah, he's definitely gonna contribute in the Wolfpack.
shooter from the point.
And I and in due time he'll be able to play with the Rangers.
Look how skinny the letters are, so they can fit his whole name.
Yeah. Columbus is next.
Gold medal edition, of course, one of your teammates was tonight's #1 overall pick, Alexis Lafreniere, but he went to the Rangers, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you know all about a rivalry between the Devils and Rangers. What do you expect that relationship to be like going forward?
Domination, that's what.
Like you said, that little rivalry between the Rangers and the Devils, I think for sure it'll be nice seeing them out there.
I wouldn't call it a little rivalry.
Obviously.
He just said that little rivalry.
Yeah, it's pretty big, and it's gonna be much bigger now since we have Lafreniere.
The 21st selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Columbus Blue Jackets General Manager Jarmo Kekalainen.
The Columbus Blue Jackets are proud to select from avant-garde Omsk of the Continental Hockey League, Yegor Chinakov.
Calgary's next. It was supposed to be the Rangers at this point, but Calgary decided to take that spot and move us higher.
Well, got 2 picks.
Yeah, but we got the best pick. Oh, so the pick that Columbus had was not even in the first round list for Bob, I don't think.
It wasn't in the first 100.
Jeez, wow. To be predicted from the bottom of the 100 to be selected in 21?
Yeah.
That's a big splash.
Well, it could be some, some people, don't get noticed.
Yeah, but Columbus able to notice them more than everyone else. I mean, I understand being projected to be in 1 round, but then get a round earlier. But 100? I mean, that's like the 4th or 5th round.
We have a trade to announce.
What?
The Calgary Flames are trading the 22nd selection in the 2020 draft to the Washington Capitals for selection.
I was hoping he would trade to the Rangers again.
In this year's draft.
Calgary? Seriously, what are you doing?
What were you thinking?
Why are you retarded? Why are you a fucking idiot? Why have you ruined your child's life?
You don't.
To Washington for 24 and 80, all in this year's draft. Washington.
They want more people. They want more picks.
I mean, they just got 1 extra, but still. But it's like they're trying to not make it. It's like they're trying to not get first round.
22's next. It's the Caps. We'll have it after this.
No, I mean, even if you get a 2nd or a 3rd round, they could still be good players. And if you need a lot of good players.
I know, but still, it's better to get a lot of players higher than a lot of players lower.
Not necessarily. If it's not the players you need, and if you need more people and you still don't have enough.
But you have the higher pick. You get to make the decision to take that specific player before anyone else.
The 22nd selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Washington Capitals Executive Vice President and General Manager Brian McClellan.
With the 22nd pick, the Washington Capitals are proud to select Hendrix Lapierre.
Oh, they got Lapierre.
That's what they were just saying, that you figure that if they made that trade up, that they did it for a reason and they had this guy in mind.
Their chief scouts really getting the work and obviously doing a little extra.
Well, that's good for Lapierre. He finally got selected.
And he got on a good team, too. I mean, not that the Capitals did that well this year, but it's still a good team.
Yeah, but then again, the main reason why they lost in the first round is because Samsonov was injured and Braden Holtby was not the same player as he was.
Listen, they blend into each other, but this is different. This is a different level of emotion.
Godspeed, Lapierre. I hope you're okay.
And let's hope he remains okay.
Yeah.
Oh, October 2nd, when he returned to play, he got 2 goals, 2 assists in first game. So he got 4 points in his return. So I'm guessing that proves that he can maintain his form. The Flyers are next.
Any chance that a 38-year-old goaltender, Henrik Lundqvist, might be getting a bit?
Wow. And now they're mentioning NHL rumors that Lundqvist could be a Capital.
Really?
But it's a rumor. It's not official, but it's a rumor.
Oh my god.
I mean, imagine if he was a Capital and he gets to play with Ovechkin.
Stay tuned on that when we get to Friday. Nothing can be agreed to until Friday, but it's a good bet.
We won't know till like Friday, I think.
Philadelphia Flyers general manager Chuck Fletcher will be making the 23rd selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
Hargy.
This past July, Philadelphia Flyers scout Jack McElhargy passed away after a battle with cancer.
Oh.
Jack made countless contributions to the Flyers over the years as a player, assistant coach, and scout. Today and every day, we miss Jack's insight, wit, and sense of humor. Jack played a big role in the drafting of several players currently within our organization. This draft, we honor and remember Jack as we select the next class of Flyers prospects. With the 23rd selection, Philadelphia selects from Barry Tyson Forster.
Okay, the Flames are next. But are they really next this time, or they're gonna make a trade again? I mean, trading once is one thing, but twice?
Well, sometimes they want a certain pick, and
I know.
they can't
I
do
know,
it
but
directly, so they do it by trading to one person.
yeah, but if that person is lower, they have the option to take it before anyone else does.
Traded down twice. They were at 19. They traded with the New York Rangers, and they moved down.
And thank you for giving us Schneider, Flames.
All right, presuming that they do not trade down again, gentlemen.
Seriously, if they trade the pick again.
Jake Neighbors. I wonder if he's a good neighbor.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're keeping this one. They're not dealing.
And I wonder if he's there.
Right now.
If he's where?
There.
The Calgary Flames general manager Brad Treliving will be making the 24th.
Finally, they're choosing
2020 NHL Draft.
Thanks, Gary. I'm proud to introduce to make our 2020 selection former Flames captain, former Flames great, and Hockey Hall of Famer Lanny McDonald.
Oh, Lanny McDonald!
Thank you, Brad. It's been almost 50 years since my name was called at the NHL Draft. It's one of those great memories in a young player's career, and still to this day, it is for me. Now, the draft has certainly changed a lot since my day in 1973. But no matter if it's a phone call, a big stage, or today virtual, it's a special day and an honor to pull on an NHL jersey over your head for the first time. I have the privilege tonight to welcome this young man to the Calgary Flames to carry on our traditions and legacy. I'll ask Flames Director of Amateur Scouting, Todd Button, to bring the jersey forward. Thank you, Todd. And with the 24th selection in the 2020 NHL Entry Draft, the Calgary Flames select center Connor Zary from the Kamloops Blazers.
Oh, Zary. That was the pick that was originally that was predicted to be number 22. We almost had a chance to get him. Connor Zary. Oh, 86 points.
Connor Zary?
Yeah. The Avalanche is next. Wow, so the Flames were able to select a good player. Like if the pick that the Flames made was actually a player that's terrible, I would have laughed.
Fifth selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Colorado Avalanche General Manager Joe Sakic.
Joe Sakic, I know him.
We all do.
With the 25th pick, the Colorado Avalanche are proud to select from the Halifax Mooseheads, Justin Barron.
Justin Barron. The Blues is next. Alex Pietrangelo expected to test free agency.
The 26th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by St. Louis Blues General Manager Doug Armstrong.
The St. Louis Blues select from Edmonton, Jake Neighbors.
Like a good neighbor.
Jake is there.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Like Milan Lucic, no fun to play against. Yeah, there's a sandpaper component, there's no question.
And also like Braden Schneider. Not a guy you love to play with, but hate to play against. And the Ducks are next again. Thanks to the Bruins.
So there must be some teams that aren't in there at all, right?
Well, yeah, because they traded their picks to some of those teams. Yeah. Friday is gonna be an interesting day.
Friday, what's happening Friday?
Free agency.
Anaheim Ducks Assistant General Manager Martin Madden will be making the 27th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft.
The Anaheim Ducks are excited to select from the Starnia Sting, Jacob Perrault.
Oh, finally, Jacob Perrault got selected.
Well, there's our best available.
Is there gonna be a reaction?
He's a fascinating guy because
Okay. Well, the Senators are next. 3 picks left.
Trent Mann, Chief Amateur Scout for the Ottawa Senators, will be making the 28th selection in the first round of the 2020 NHL Draft.
With the 28th selection, the Ottawa Senators are proud to select from Brandon of the WHL, Ridley Gregg.
Ridley Gregg.
So, Ridley Gregg, second straight pick.
He made the WHL at 15 years old. Vegas is next. And the pick is in.
The 29th selection in the 2020 NHL Draft will be made by Vegas Golden Knights General Manager Kelly McCrimmon.
With the 29th selection in the first round of the entry draft, the Vegas Golden Knights are pleased to select from the Chicago Steel of the USHL forward Brendan Brisson.
One more time. Another man crush.
Another man crush.
I usually get one of these in the course of the draft, but I'm happy to have 3 because Brendan Brisson is influential.
It's done. For Dallas Stars selected Maverick Bork.
Okay.
And the Sharks have selected Ozzy Weisblatt.
Okay.
So a couple people that was projected to be in the first round will wait till the second round. But it's basically over.
Okay.
What a draft this was. I mean, we got Alexis Lafreniere and also a consolation prize of Braden Schneider. This is gonna be exciting. Like the Rangers are gonna be dominated this season. This is gonna be, the Rangers are gonna be exciting.